Hi, I'm Joy,
Hi, I'm Lorraine.
and this is Girlish Gurus. And Lorraine, why are we here?
We're here to talk about mid-lifestyle topics for women who are 45 and older to help you live your best, healthiest, and most fulfilled life. We're also going to have lots of fun along the way.
Be sure to stick around until the end for fun announcements and goodies you won't want to miss.
So let's get started.
Welcome back to another episode of Girlish Gurus. I'm Joy.
And I'm Lorraine.
Lorraine, what are we talking about today?
Well, before I introduce our speaker today, did you ever wonder why travel is one of the best investments women can make in themselves? And that the power of group travel and shared experiences is awesome and magical? And how travel can build confidence, friendships, and lifelong memories? Well, today we are so pleased to have with us Dr. Joy Owens, CEO of Butler Travel, a mom of two, an avid outdoor enthusiast, an adventure racer. I want to hear more about that.
Yes.
And a world traveler. Joy has explored more than 60 countries and has turned her passion for travel into a career helping others create unforgettable experiences. We love it. She especially loves curating group travel adventures that bring people together, foster meaningful connections, and make dream destinations accessible and enjoyable. Welcome, Joy.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. And we're going to just let everybody know that Joy is on a different computer, so she's not Steven today.
Yes.
She is Joy.
We have to give a little background.
Yes.
This is the second time we've tried to record
Yes,
this episode.
yes.
And by the way, you can never have too much joy. I'm just
That's
saying.
right.
That's right.
I am surrounded with joy today.
That's right.
And before,
Also, I was going to say both the Joys are wearing pink, so
oh,
we're
that's
like
right.
twinning.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Awesome.
That's right.
Awesome. So as we jump in, Joy, I just wanted to ask you, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the business of travel.
Yeah, so my grandmother loved to travel, and from the moment she could, when she was, with kids, whatever, she would go and explore the different parts of the world. She would go with her friends, they would do groups together. She would leave her kids with her mom. And that love of travel got passed down through the generations. My parents also loved to travel. When I was like 3 months old, I say we, but like I didn't have a choice in the matter. They took us took me on a whirlwind backpacking hitchhiking tour in Europe. So
Wild.
yeah, wild.
A 3-month-old, right?
A 3-month-old, yeah.
Wow.
So fast forward, many years, we as a family have traveled a lot. I've been to, as Lorraine said, over 60 countries. I worked in 6 different countries. That's where I met my husband, was in Taiwan. We were both teachers at a American school. And when we moved back to Alaska, which is where he was originally from, we both were kind of like, ooh, teaching abroad is one thing. Teaching in the United States is a little bit harder. And then you have COVID. And and then teaching just got harder and harder. And so we were kind of looking for an exit plan. And at that point, we were like, we'd really love to travel. We also like education, like what can we do? And so we decided to buy a business, a travel agency. And it just so happened that I mentioned to my dad that we wanted to buy a business, and he was like, hey, my longtime friend is selling her travel agency. It specializes in groups. It specializes in helping people go on mission trips. I think it'd be right up your alley. And so we connected, and a couple months later, voila.
Wow.
Now I can travel as a write-off, as
Nice.
a business expense.
Yeah. You're living my dream.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. So is traveling now different than how you thought it would be, like in your 20s or 30s?
When I was in my 20s, I had a very small budget. So I would like set the budget as like $10 a day, which was very, very cheap for even back then.
Yeah.
I spent after I graduated from college, I spent 6 months traveling through Central America, hitchhiking, which is not the smartest when you're a girl or probably ever, but catching rides with on the
Yeah.
bus, like, just going as cheaply as possible. And so I stayed in definitely some very sketchy places.
Mm.
I had a $10 a day budget. So my hotel, or not my hotel, because I didn't stay in any hotels, my hostels were like $2, $3. And, there's like 30 people in a room. Now I would never do that.
Right.
Thank
Right.
goodness.
Right. Hmm.
And now I'm like, wow. Like,
I can't
what was
believe I
I
did
thinking?
that. Yeah.
I don't want my kids to ever do
Yeah.
that.
I was
Don't
just
tell them. Don't tell
I
them.
was
Right.
Yeah.
just going to ask you, did your parents know that you did that?
My parents at the time were living in Africa, and um, I would tell them where I had been, not where I was going. So they didn't.
Oh,
At one point, they were like, "I wonder where Joy." They had like contacted some friends, like, "Have you heard from anybody? We haven't heard from her in a while." But that was actually the time where I was like coming back, and I was going to surprise them because they had just actually moved back to the United States. So I didn't tell them where I was, so I could like show up at the door and
Mm.
say, "Surprise!"
oh my
But
God.
Lorraine, I
I
can see Lorraine, the
Oh my
smoke coming out
God.
of her ears.
No, I would be like so anxious the whole time. Where's my
I'm
kid?
I'm pretty sure my mother was, and I'm sure she
Yeah.
prayed very much
Oh
every
yeah.
day for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
But obviously, once I got a job and I started working, like that changes. Like you don't necessarily want to stay in hostels. And now, as I don't want to say my age, but we are talking about premenopausal age group, right? So,
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
so now I'm like, I don't even want to stay in like cheap hotels. I want to stay.
Right.
I want to go to the spa. I want to go to
Preach.
luxury, or
Yes.
I want to have a nice Airbnb. I mean, which is great for our family. Like when we go places and we have our kids, we like to have an Airbnb because there's a little bit more space. We can put them to bed and not like be stuck in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that my daughter does that with her family. They always get an Airbnb, makes it so much easier. My grandson, who's 5, always calls the Airbnb the crazy house. I don't know why, but wherever they go, it's like, we're staying in the crazy house. I guess maybe he thinks he has more freedom when they're on vacation. I don't know. But
Mm.
yeah, it is a great way to travel with families. It's a great way to travel with friends,
Yes. Hmm.
groups. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So just a couple in April, I did a girls trip with my friends that I went to college with. So there were 6 of us, and we went to this super cute town in Florida. So we've gone overseas before, but then also we had a weekend and that was it. So we went to Mount Dora in Florida. It's just north of Orlando, and it was super cute town. We had a really cute Airbnb, and we were able to like, just go out to eat, walk to all the restaurants, and then come back and relax. And it's a small group, right? There's 6 of us. But we were able to have like that intimate time, connect without the kids. And I think at my age, it is nice to travel with the kids, but then also have that time with my friends connecting, or with other people connecting without the kids.
Yeah, we have actually talked about that a fair amount on the podcast. And there are studies that say in this time, well, throughout your life, female friendships are critical to your mental health
Hmm.
and your community. That is a
Hmm.
part of longevity. So, yeah, I think that traveling with your girlfriends, it's something that you absolutely should be doing, if at all
Yes.
Yeah.
possible.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
It was funny because our first trip we did, so I got into the mom game very late in life. So
Mm.
my children are 4 and 6.
Wow.
Yeah. So late in life. So my other friends, their children are like going into college. Um, and our first trip that we went on, where we're all moms, my child was, I think, 12 months old. And my friend had never left her kids behind before, and they were teenagers.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
And I was like, I don't know, like, I need this break. I don't know how you have never taken a break from your kids before.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I love my kids,
Oh,
but
sure, sure. Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
mentally, as you said, like I came back so much more refreshed. And
Yeah.
I think it's amazing how many women don't understand how refreshed they can come back, and the importance of trusting their partner to like take care of their kids for a couple days.
Yeah.
Well, right. That's important. But also, it's cliche to say, but it is absolutely the truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
And if you don't periodically reconnect with yourself, you're doing a disservice to those very same children that you're trying to protect, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
you come back and you are a better mom, you're a better wife, you're a better person all the way around, and that's a great thing. So, people might think, well, that could be a little selfish. You're away from your family, whatever. No, no, no. Oh, no, no. No.
Yeah,
It's important that you make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's self-care, in my
Yeah.
that's
opinion.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm Now, this leads me into my first big question, and that is separate and apart from just getting away with girlfriends, like a girls' trip, why would group travel, more like a retreat, say for example, work in this context? I mean, what's your opinion about that?
Yeah. So, for example, I have my sister-in-law. She scuba dives. No one else of her friends or her family scuba dive, right? But she doesn't want to go by herself. So she joins these groups that go to Cozumel, they go to Belize, and she has a roommate that she's never met before, but she goes because she wants to be with people and have that experience and have that same interest. And she picks to have a roommate. No, she doesn't have to have a roommate, but she picks to have a roommate because then you can connect better and you can form these relationships with, these strangers that you've never met before. But then you have this shared connection, and oftentimes like the roommate that she's met, they'll do another trip together. That's their only connection they have, is this shared scuba diving event.
hmm
But um she doesn't have anyone else to share it with, so why would she want to stay at home and not do it, right? So she still steps out and does it. And there's a lot of specialty type groups. So I don't know if you guys are knitters. I'm not a knitter, but
No,
but
No.
but if
I'm
you
a
were
podcaster. That's what
there
I
you
do.
go, you're a
Yeah.
podcaster. But if you were a knitter, if you're really into yarn and learning about and like crocheting or whatever, there are groups that they go to Ireland and they see
Wow, to
Ireland
learn about yarn.
to learn about yarn.
Far out.
Exactly. Yes. And right now there's pretty much groups for any of your interests. So if you have a hobby that you really love, but nobody in your family or none of your friends like to do it, but you still want to you still want to learn more about it, there's all these groups that you could do. The other thing is I definitely have friends um, who like to travel, but a lot of my friends don't, or they don't have time.
Hmm.
So if I wanted to go on a retreat, a wellness retreat where we do yoga and we go to the spa and just focus on our mental health, I'm not going to bring my husband. And if I don't have a friend who will want to go with me, I still want to go, right?
Right. Yeah.
I still want to have that self care that's going to happen. And so I would look for a retreat. I would look for a group that fits my
Hmm.
interests and have that experience. I
Yeah,
want
you can always find like-minded women.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
and to uplift you, to be with, and
Hmm.
in a lot of cases to have now lifelong friends once
Oh
Hmm.
you've met
yeah.
them on those
Hmm.
retreats as well.
Yes.
You've
Hmm.
got a couple of lifelong friends from your retreats, right, Lorraine?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and I did want to give a shout out to Ida, who does those knitting trips.
Far out.
So
She's so
Ida,
nice.
she has come on several of our trips that we have done, and no knitting because I'm not a knitter, but she talked about that she does belong to those groups, and she has gone on. I think a lot of them are more stateside. I don't know that she's
Hmm.
done international ones, but they do meet and they do a lot of activities
Hmm.
that way with the
Yeah.
knitting.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. And there's so many different interest groups like knitting. Like you could go with if you just really like to walk. You know, there are groups that go and swim in different
yeah,
countries. I when we were
okay.
in Ecuador, we met this couple, and they go with a group and they just swim. And I was like, wow.
What when you say swim, like do
Uh,
they like local pools or are they swimming in the ocean?
both.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
yeah.
not my thing.
Not
Okay.
my thing either, but
But if you want to do it,
yeah, there's a
okay.
thing for everybody.
Sure, I can see that. And also, when you're traveling with these groups, it can help you with the practical aspects of it, like shared finances,
Hmm.
and you've got safety in numbers,
Yes, for
those
sure.
kinds of things too. So, yeah, I feel like there's so many benefits and positive things that you can glean from group travel. that
Yeah.
are separate and apart from just self-care.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. It takes the whole weight off of like having to do all this planning because you don't have to vet all the hotels. You don't have to like vet all the excursions. You don't have to um, make sure that you're going to like catch the bus or the train, by arranging your own transportation. Like you could definitely go on a trip by yourself. And there are people who travel as single. My age, I don't really want to travel by myself. I want to
Right.
travel with a group
Hmm.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
for that safety and for the fact that I don't have to make sure I've got everything organized and know where I'm
Yeah.
going every moment of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when you're putting these groups together, what kind of communication should happen? I mean, how do you organize that?
So what we do is we work with a group leader. So we are not putting together a group and like selling it to so like I'm not putting together a knitting group and selling it to knitters. But if we had somebody who was a knitter, and so that just happens to be on my
I
mind. We have a
Right.
know.
knitter, and they have a bunch of, they like maybe have a shop and they want to take a group. They would reach out to us and we would help them organize the stays for them. And
Okay.
yeah, so, but with the communication, the first thing we do is communicate like, what are your goals for the trip? Like, what are you really hoping
Mhm.
to accomplish? Do you want to see everything there is to see in Italy in a week, really? Or do you want to uh, be in one location, have like a really immersed cultural experience with some wellness aspect added on, or with an adventure aspect added on? So that's the first step is really finding out what is your goal for this group.
Mm.
So when I travel with my husband, he does try to see everything in Italy in a week. Yeah, that's how it is. It's like, okay, it's 7:30. Get up. We got to see 15 things in the next 20 minutes. So yeah, that's critical. Anyway, I think that's kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to pop back into talking about single women, especially because we've had several single women that have come with us, widows, divorced. They love to travel, but were not comfortable traveling alone, did
Mm-hmm.
not maybe have a friend that could do it with them or when they wanted to do it. So that was like another opportunity for them to
Yeah.
jump into a group and be able to do it. And we did kind of hold their hand because a few of them had never traveled internationally and then they're flying by themselves. So we helped them from beginning till they got there. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I appreciate that women want to travel and that they are gaining the, I guess, courage or bravery or whatever to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, we have a friend who ironically she owns a tour company, but for school groups, and she keeps saying, "Oh, I want to go on a trip, but I don't want to go by myself." We're like,
Mm.
"Hello, go on a tour." I'm like,
Yes.
let me hook you up with a tour. Where do you
Yeah.
want to go? Where do you want to go? You don't have to worry about going by yourself. You can go with a group. You don't have to get a roommate. You can
Hmm.
Hmm.
do the pay for the single supplement. You'll still make friends though, and you'll still feel community because you'll have all these people who are on the group together. Now, I personally don't like big groups. Like I like groups that are around 20 because
Ooh,
of
that's a
that.
big group for us.
Is that big for you? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it can be a group, but sometimes we deal with people who are like planning a group to the Holy Lands, and there's like 100 people,
Oh,
200 people, and
wow.
that to me is like I would never want to be in a group that big.
Right.
Yeah.
So 20 is usually like
Tops. Yeah.
the tops of what I personally think is a good size group because you can really get to know each other. You can have that community piece. Um, and I forgot where I was going because you were like, wow, that's a big group for us.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I try to remember, like, oh, even though this is a conversation, not to interrupt, but I wind up doing it anyway.
No,
So,
no worries.
okay. So,
I didn't take my mushroom tea this morning. That's
oh,
what my.
That's okay. We always use the excuse menopause moment.
oh,
Yeah, there
yes.
we go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
It happens a lot to us,
Yes.
Joy.
Yes, it does. But your girlfriend, so she's planning these big tours and she's feeling like she's not going to go on one.
So she plans school tours to DC and Orlando, Disney. Uh, and she doesn't want to go with those because they're like
Yeah.
eighth graders. I was just saying, encourage her. You could still go to Italy. You could go on a tour, just like as Lorraine was saying, just because you're single doesn't mean you can't experience what the world has to offer because you don't want to go by yourself.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Well, when you're traveling like that with other people in a group, say for example, what are some of the things you need to nail down ahead of time? I mean, obviously expectations, like what are you interested in seeing, etc. What kind of travel experience, like you're seeing sights and then you're having some adventure thrown in and then you're, just experiencing the culture. But there's also other issues that I wonder about, like what, for example, we are traveling with women who are 45 and older, and activity level is something that we are concerned
Mhm.
about because some of them are a little bit older, and we want to make sure that they feel comfortable, that the activity level is not too high. So, do you have any suggestions about that?
Yeah, so that's a really good point. So you want to, as a leader, you want to make sure that everybody on your tour is comfortable, right? But then you also want to make sure that, like, so you guys are doing a tour in a retreat in Sedona, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, you're going to Sedona, and Sedona's got all these beautiful hiking trails. It'd be a shame not to have hiking as part of your retreat because
Right.
you, the people who are coming, can't hike. So that could be like a conversation that you set up to begin with. If your purpose is you're going to this beautiful place and there's going to be, you're going to have to walk 1 to 2 miles, that
Mm-hmm.
needs to be communicated up front so that you don't have someone who comes and is like, oh, I I don't want to do that, and that's like the whole day activity or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, there's a story of somebody who went on this tour to India. They saved like $10,000 to go on this tour. It was with a group, but she didn't understand that they were going to be walking a lot, which I'm not sure where that communication piece came in, but every day, they did a tour, they did a lot of walking, and she was not able to really keep up, and she ended up having to like go home early because of
Oh,
her fitness level, right? And so that's
Yeah.
like a bummer, but that's really also the tour leaders. Uh, there's that communication piece, like
Mm-hmm.
that expectation of we're going to be doing a lot of walking was not necessarily communicated very well to her to screen her out of the tour. There's nothing wrong with the tour except for that communication
Mm-hmm.
piece.
hmm.
And so, as the tour leader, knowing what you're wanting to have happen on your trip and making sure that everybody can do that and
Is
communicate
prepared.
it
Right.
is
Yeah.
prepared for that
Hmm.
and knows up front, like, yeah, obviously if you don't tell anybody you're going to go hiking in Sedona and all they think they're going to do is like be at the spa, then that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody who's going on the tour that's listening, Sedona's got beautiful hiking. You're going to go hiking, right?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, hey,
Yes.
hey, 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 I'm an indoor cat. I'm just saying.
No.
When we did promote it, we did have like kind of a list of the activities that we would
Hmm.
be doing. And
Hmm.
and there is one activity that one of the women knew ahead, and she contacted me and decided, I just don't want to do that one activity. Do you have something optional for me to do?
Hmm.
So that's what we're kind of working on for her.
Hmm.
So, and it was for a good reason. But,
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
so we just decided, yeah, she still wants to come. She doesn't want to miss the rest of the tour,
Hmm.
Right.
but she has an option. Not that you can do that every time. I
No.
understand that. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
But there is that, I mean, depending on where you're going and what you can do, there could always
Hmm.
be an option to uh, sit at a cafe and wait, or
Hmm.
Yeah.
sit someplace else and wait, or perhaps you can have an optional tour or activity that they could do.
Or a mani-pedi. I'm just
Or
saying.
exactly, or a mani
Yeah.
pedi, right?
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
Those are
those
always good.
those are
Hmm.
always good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I actually really enjoy when I go to a foreign place to try out like either getting my hair done or my nails done, just to see what the experience is in a
Really
different country. Yeah.
interesting. Hmm. Okay. That's
Yeah.
something to put in our back pocket, Lorraine.
Yeah. All right. So, can you take us step by step how you plan these? Like, walk us through how you would plan a trip.
Yeah. So first of all, like pick what is the goal? And then based on what the goal is, like what are our destination options and dates. So depending on the destination, it also depends on the dates because we wouldn't want to go to Phoenix in the summer and do a hiking trip because it's 120 degrees out, right?
Right.
Same thing with maybe going to another site where it's just going to be super cold, right? So you kind of want to make sure that you're pairing your destination with the weather and the season. So that's the first thing we just determine. We also like to make sure we're planning at the least 6 months out. Like you need a
Yeah.
year out is the best.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Because your popular destinations get booked pretty quickly. If you want to have a nice hotel, you want to have, or the a venue, those things get booked quickly. Also, we want to usually include air in our tours that we do. So it's like a land and tour package. And so uh, it just makes it easier for everybody involved. They know what the total expenses are from the very beginning. And so we want to make sure we get those locked down as well. And then from there, based on what the goals are, we're picking those activities. If you're wanting an adventure-based tour where you're doing like a walking tour in Ireland, or whether it's more of a retreat setup. And then with the retreat, if we work with like the retreat leader to figure out what kind of food they want to be catered, or with the other activities. Do you want to have someone come and do a mani-pedi at the where you're staying for your retreat? Joy says yes.
Yes.
Massages, all that stuff. That comes later after we have the basics of the date and the location and those goals of what this group is supposed to look like.
So how do you, well, I guess usually it's the tour leader that's picking the place, but do you guide them through that process
Yeah,
too?
sometimes,
Yeah.
because some people are like, like I want to. So we had this business CEO. He wanted to retreat for his company, and he was like, I don't know where to do it. Like, okay,
Okay.
well, what do you want? Like, are
Yeah.
you wanting like mountains, adventure, beach? So we narrowed it down and ended up being on a beach in Puerto Rico, and working within those parameters to narrow it down even further. Like depending on the size of the group, you could fit in an Airbnb if it's a small group, but if it's a big group, then you can't. And so just figuring those details out. We worked with him on. First he wanted to be an Airbnb, and I was like, but you have 25 people. Like you don't want people don't want to share a room, bed. Like a lot of times Airbnbs have like a double bed, or if they've
Right.
got like
Right. Yeah.
nobody's gonna want to do that.
No, especially with people you work with,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
no,
Yeah.
no. Except for you and me, Lorraine. Except for
That's
you and
right.
me.
So like we just
We
kind
always
of
share.
Yeah, that's right.
we manage those expectations and try to just like show him, like lead him on to understand, like if you really want to have a wonderful retreat that your employees are going to actually be happy to have gone to, here are some things that you're going to have to do.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And yeah.
So do you have any idea of in the United States, like if we were going to do something in the US, what are the popular destinations that women like to go to as groups?
Oh, well, you're going to one, Sedona.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
So I would also say Glacier View. That's Montana. Sound
Oh,
right? Yeah.
hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
That's an awesome Glacier National Park. Sorry, Glacier View is in Alaska. Yeah,
Glacier National Park. Yeah.
yeah,
I've
Glacier
been there.
National
It's
Park.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's also another popular one for retreats. But then also, if you're a family and you're looking for an exciting trip, they have Dude Ranch, a really nice Dude Ranch out there. That's like an all-inclusive. Um,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. I know. When you're talking about a dude ranch, you mean like riding horses and wrangling cattle and stuff like that?
Well, except I don't think you actually wrangle cattle. But yes, it's on the lake. It's on the
Damn.
lake. Yeah. They have horses. They have activities for all the kids. They like it's kind of like camp for adults, camp for families, because they have activities every single day and it's all inclusive. And you sit around the campfire, you ride your horses, you practice shooting your bow and arrow.
That's
Wow.
fun.
Yeah.
A lot of liability there, though,
Yeah.
with a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. If I make a mistake on a podcast episode, Lorraine could be using me for target practice.
And
Interesting.
then another one, I think Nashville and Asheville. Nashville and Tennessee and Asheville. I know Asheville in the past, right now it's probably still recovering from
Oh yeah.
the
Yeah.
hurricane, but those are also have been people like
Popular. Yeah.
for
Hmm.
retreats. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay. I knew Asheville. I love the Grove Park Inn.
Oh, me too. I love the Grove Park Inn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you ever been there, Joy?
I went, I not to the Grove Park Inn. I've been to Asheville a couple times, but it's been
You need
a
to
number
go.
of years.
You need to go and check out the Grove Park Inn. It
Okay.
is fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you can
Even,
tour the Biltmore and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
I've done the tour of the Biltmore.
yeah.
It's
That's
really
fun.
nice.
Hey, Lorraine, don't forget, it's time for us to schedule our Lifeline screening appointments. They're 5 simple tests to help us keep on top of our heart and bone health, which is important for women over 45.
Yes, Lifeline Screening has been the premier provider of preventative health screening for over 30 years. In that time, over 10 million people have had screenings to detect their risk of stroke, cardiovascular disease, and other chronic illnesses. Lifeline Screening can provide meaningful benefits for your body and mind, and that's why they're committed to delivering accurate results and recommendations that could give you a healthier advantage in your everyday life, such as early detection of serious conditions, prevention of disease progression, peace of mind so you can enjoy life, savings with more affordable screenings, and no insurance required.
Yep, and don't forget, by using the link in the show notes of this episode, you get a special offer available to Girlish Gurus listeners, so make sure and schedule your appointment.
Get peace of mind now. Here's to your good health. So, are there any pitfalls that people need to be aware of before they start planning their vacations or joining one?
Hmm. Yeah, so I think we kind of talked about like if you're a single woman and you're joining a tour, make sure that that tour is going to be what you want to actually do. You're not getting yourself hiking when you don't want to go hiking. You're not getting yourself just sitting around you, in these boring lectures knitting if you that's not what you want to do, right?
We don't mean it, Ada.
No,
We're sorry.
So, don't let someone else convince you to do something and go on that tour if it really doesn't align with
Mm-hmm.
what you would enjoy doing. And I think at
Yeah,
our age, hopefully we're able to be like, no, that's not what I want to do. Like stand up for ourselves and not be so swayed by
yeah.
other
Right.
people's opinions. Like, I know as moms, as women, we often are like, okay, I'll do whatever you want to do. But
Appease
yes,
everyone. Yeah,
yes. But if you're going by yourself, then pick something that is actually what you want,
Mm-hmm.
and don't care about anybody else.
yeah.
That's right.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and if you do have a girlfriend and they make a suggestion that you don't like, maybe you could come up with a compromise that you both
Yes,
like too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mhm.
yeah.
Worst case scenario, you could stay, you go have your adventure and your little walk, and you go back, you have a snack and a nap,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, so my friends and I that we just went to Mount Dora, we're planning doing a walking tour in Ireland. And one of the friends, one of the girls is not like super into walking. So we're doing only 2-day walking tour. And then the rest of the time, we're going to rent a car. So we're doing a little bit of a compromise and we're doing just like a short walk. Like it's only 5 miles. So she can handle that. So that's something like if you are going to go with a friend
Mhm.
someplace, you can make adjustments.
Compromises.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
compromises.
Why
yeah,
wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because part of it is if you're going with friends, you want the experience of that bond.
Yes.
So,
right,
yeah.
exactly.
Walking tour in Ireland. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
sounds
like we
fun.
said, if you go by yourself, you may just have an unexpected friendship pop up,
Hey
right?
Yes.
And
now,
you'll
hey,
have
wait a minute. What's
what?
going on there, Lorraine? You're going off track.
Did
No.
you
You
go
mean girlfriend.
someplace? No, I was following what you said, Joy, too.
Well, no,
I,
no, we go past it. No, no, it's okay. Look, I'm pink. No, I'll cut it out.
No,
I'll cut
an
it out.
unexpected lifelong girlfriend that you might meet on a tour. Although I have been on a tour where I think that one of the women was actually on some app. So you don't know. You don't know what can happen.
Okay.
if you're divorced and you're looking for someone,
Right,
it could also be a good way to meet people.
right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
True. That's
Yeah.
true.
But that was
Okay,
not
moving
my
along.
intent.
Moving right along. Okay. Again, excellent segue into traveling during midlife. And our target audience here, our demographic is women who are 45 and older. And that means 45 all the way to as long as you
Are
are,
alive.
yes, alive and ambulatory. I mean, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, in that context, has group or organized travel ever surprised you? Like either a trip turned out better than expected or a travel companion who became a friend? And we're going to be careful about how we talk about that. Because unexpected friendships are one thing, but also one of the things that we are hoping to create for the women who travel with us are experience opportunities, opportunities for you to have those moments where you're outside of your normal routine and you can become open to new experiences, new ideas, new thoughts, and just a way to sort of help transition from whatever chapter you are moving from into your next chapter. Do you see what I'm saying?
I think so. I've got a story. I just
Okay.
went to Turkey a couple weeks ago with a group, and it was my first time traveling by myself in a very long time. I mean, like overseas, where like I wasn't meeting a friend or anything like that. So normally I like have a friend with me or my husband or something, something like that. Um, and so I was a little like, I'm going to Turkey all by myself. It's just I don't know. I'm gonna be on this tour. Am I gonna meet anybody? Like, or am I just gonna be like, an awkward teenagers who are just on their phone the whole time? No.
Well, I mean,
So I got there, checked in the hotel the next morning. They had us meet in the hotel lobby. And I was just standing there awkwardly. I'm not in big groups really good at like going out and saying hi to someone. And two women came up to me and they just started chatting to me and they were, we're from Boston, I'm from Miami, where are you from? And it was like, oh, I instantly had friends.
right. Yeah.
And it was really great to see how that they didn't know anybody else either. So that being in that situation where nobody knew anybody, how easy it was to make friends and have that connection. We hung out, did everything together that whole week, saw the sights. There were some times where we had our own free time. They weren't so interested in exploring the city by themselves, but because I was like, yeah, let's do it. It should be fine. We got our app. We can figure out where we're going. We got maps. They were like, okay. And so we went to, explore the Grand Bazaar by ourselves after the tour ended there. And it was really surprising to me, just like how easily we made friends and connected, and like we have a WhatsApp group. And now as Lorraine was talking about, like you do make friends when you're in these situations. I didn't go into that trip expecting that. I really was just going to learn about Turkey, and it was for work to learn about Turkey so that
Right.
we can sell Turkey better. But I came away with a number of really good friends.
Yeah. That's the icing on the cake when you travel in groups.
I've also
Well,
have a
Yeah.
really bad tour story too, but I don't
oh,
know.
Well, we can listen to that one too.
go
But this
ahead.
this this was a kayaking tour, and uh, for my friends and my family, we did a kayaking trip around the island of Lefkada in Greece, and
Nice.
I don't know how I found this guy, but he was supposed to be a tour guide. He's supposed to provide all of our supplies, all the food, everything like that. It turns out there was a miscommunication. All he was supplying was the kayaks. you know, when we started the trip, everything was closed because it was a holiday. And so we got some food from the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
we we ate cheese and bread for like 2 days because that was all we could find at the grocery store.
Oh no.
So that was a example of not vetting very well. This was 15 years ago. But
Mm.
Yeah. But you're here to tell the tale,
yes.
so
That's right. And
And a memory of like, okay, just don't pick anybody random off the internet who says they have a tour. Like, do some vetting. Look
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But also, I can think of worse things than eating bread and cheese for 2 days. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I truly can. Well, I think that a lot of opportunity here, and for us, what we are trying to do is inspire women to live their best, happiest lives in their second acts and beyond. And for me, the quickest way to personal growth is through travel and seeing the
Yes.
world and getting out of your routine and meeting different people. And there's just something about being in that experience of you're in a different place. You're with some people you've probably never met before, and they're like-minded women. And it's just such a magical, synergistic thing. Like there's the connection and a bond there that no matter how far you disperse after you return from that trip, you carry a piece of that with you, and it makes you bloom in a way that nothing else does. And so for me, I feel so fortunate that Lorraine is willing to, put up with me for that kind of travel.
We have the best times together when we
We do.
travel.
We
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And we've never one time been in jail. Not
No.
once.
That's a good thing.
Right. Ah, ah, not even close. No, we're good. But I really do feel strongly about that. I mean, part of the reason why
Not going to jail?
yeah, that yes,
I
but
feel very strongly about that.
it's okay because I know a good lawyer, so it's okay.
That's true.
Yes, but so
I never leave home without her.
that's not true. You leave home without me all the time, Lorraine, all the time. But retreats have been growing in our demographic for a lot of years. And I think that's because there's so much value in that, really. And so I feel like that's a huge opportunity that is not always conveyed very well, if you know what I mean, in the travel space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. What do you say to women who feel that finances are an issue or that they don't see the benefit of that's where they want to spend their money?
Yeah. So I obviously there's travel can be very expensive or it could be somewhat affordable. And you could do a Silver Seas cruise to Antarctica and spend 20,000, or you could go to on a retreat for a weekend and and probably spend 1,000 or your 1,500. But the value in travel is, as we've already talked about, like making friends, the personal development that you experience by having all these cultural experiences or by meeting these other people, that I think it is really worth it. But of course, I've traveled a lot, so I know it's worth it.
Right.
It is
Right.
really hard. It's hard to convince someone who's never traveled that it is worth it. Once you start traveling, I mean, you don't have to convince people who travel that it's worth it. They already
Right.
know,
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
So I guess maybe if you're like, oh, I really would like to travel, but I don't want to spend the money, like maybe do a small trip first, and then you're gonna get a taste for it. Go on a retreat that's close within the United States. And then you're gonna be like, oh wow, that I see the importance. I see how this is good for me. Maybe now I'll go and do a painting retreat in Italy, or maybe now I'll go on a river cruise with some friends, or something like that.
Yeah. I
Lovely.
know. It truly is, as someone who loves to travel,
Yeah.
it truly is a wonderful investment in yourself and
Mhm.
in your life, your experiences, your dreams. Um, I think it's better than any materialistic
I agree.
investment. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Those are memories and experiences that you can't put a price tag on. I mean,
Mhm.
my travel experiences, the memories that I have, and some of the wonderful ones, Lorraine, are with you. I mean, we've been to quite a few places now together, and I'll never forget our experiences, particularly in Italy. We had such a wonderful time. Well, it was amazing.
yeah, yeah,
So that's something that I feel like if there's a way to communicate that to just convey how valuable those experiences are, it's worth its weight in gold. It really
yeah.
is.
I think one thing that can kind of convey it is by sharing your personal stories with people who are like on like, I don't know, like is it worth it? When you share your personal stories, they can't really argue with how it made you feel and
Right.
how important that is to you.
Mm-hmm.
That I just saw this on Instagram again. Uh, I don't know if it was a study they did, but when they asked people on their deathbed what their biggest regrets were, and one of them was, I wish I had traveled more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yep. One of my personal all-time favorite travel memories was sitting in that little piazza with Lorraine having a delicious cup of coffee in Italy. It was a magical moment, and I will
yeah,
never forget it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
don't think
That's
you're
a,
too old to travel. My grandmother went to Antarctica when she was 97 years old. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I was going to
yeah.
ask you about that if you were going to tell that story. Yeah.
That
That's an
is
amazing story.
awesome.
Yeah.
yeah.
The whole there, you tell it, Joy. You're
All right. Yeah, sure. I'll tell it. So Joy knows it because I told her on her podcast,
right.
which Joy, you should link that podcast.
I will. I will.
So my grandmother, as I said in the beginning, she really loved travel. She wrote this little memoir and she gave it to all of us and we read it. And in her memoir, she was talking about how she never made it to Antarctica and she felt like she missed out on like one of her main goals in life. And so my brother said, "Well, can you let's send you now." Um, and so she gave us the book in like November. We got her booked like in the next week. My brother paid for her to go. My parents went with her because obviously she's 97. She
Right.
wasn't gonna
Yeah.
go by herself. And my husband and I, we paid for her flight down there. So it was like a whole family coming together to
Wow.
make it so that she got to Antarctica. And the cruise line was like, can she walk? And we're like, yes, she can walk. She's mobile. The only thing was getting in and out of the Zodiac. And she, with help, she had no problem doing that. And she was able to walk on Antarctica and get that seventh continent. And
Yeah. She
scratch.
had been to all seven continents
Yeah.
in her life.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. Okay, she's my new idol. What is her name?
Her name is Renee Grabiner. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty
Okay,
incredible.
Renee. Is
Mm-hmm.
she's still with us?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. That
And
is awesome.
she is, still, she's amazing. I definitely hope I have her health when I'm her age.
Yeah. Tell her
Yeah,
to come
for
to
sure.
Sedona with us.
Okay. She would love that. She loves Sedona.
Awesome. Awesome. That is so great.
Such a great story.
Yeah. So, okay, we have a rapid fire now for you.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
okay, so this one is what destination is on your bucket list right now?
Mm. Um, so on my bucket list, it's been on my bucket list for a very, very long time, and it's Colombia. I have not been to Colombia. It's a beautiful country, and I don't know why I've never made it there yet.
Okay.
But that's been on my list for a very long time.
Okay. And is there a reason other than, I mean, you did say that it's a beautiful country, just it's on. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
What is your favorite travel memory
Favorite travel memory?
other than hitchhiking in South
I was
America?
gonna say, yeah, I don't know. Those are memorable. I don't know if they're my favorite memories. So I have so many, it's really hard to pick a favorite, but just one just came into mind is from when I was a kid, when we lived in Africa, we went to a game park for New Year's and they have like these platforms that you go and stand in and you can watch the animals in the water hole. And we got a permit to sleep there, or my dad did. And so we slept there and well, I didn't sleep very well because like you could hear all the animals.
Yeah, I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
But we were, it was just super cool to like, look out and there was the moon. It's just an experience that I don't think very many people ever get to
No.
experience.
Yeah,
don't
you're
know.
probably one of the very few, I would
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
And I'd be afraid they'd all want to eat the lawyer. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So did somebody have to stay guard?
No, I mean, because you're up on a platform, so like,
Okay.
yeah, I guess they figure that nothing bad's gonna happen. Nothing bad happens.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, of course.
And we're glad you're here to tell the
Yeah,
tale.
right.
Okay, next question. Window seat or aisle?
Oh, definitely window seat, 100%.
Okay.
Can I say business seat?
Yeah, business window seat.
Business
Yes.
window seat? No.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Okay, carry on only or checked luggage?
Carry on only.
Can't get lost.
So actually, I listened to the Sudoku
Packing, yeah.
packing thing, and I was trying to do that. I was like, this is like more clothes than I normally bring.
Oh, that's
Wow.
awesome. That is awesome. That's
Wow.
awesome. Yeah. I actually did it when I just went to Sicily with a group and I used it and it worked great. As a matter of fact, my co-host told me that I am her new fashion idol. So I had only those 9 pieces with me and it worked wonderfully.
Yeah, I'm going to Morocco in August, and then I'm doing a
Wow.
cruise. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do like clothing for Morocco and then the cruise and all on that 9 items. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna take pictures. I'm gonna see what we can do
Yeah,
to make this all work.
it'll work. It'll
Let
work.
us know. Let us know. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, beach, mountains, or city?
Mm, that's hard. I love both beach and mountains. I don't really care about cities very much, but I think I do like beaches more than mountains.
Okay.
Me too. Me
That's
too.
me too. Me too. Okay, the three of us need to go on a trip.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So now Joy has a couple of questions for you that we usually ask our guests.
We're so lucky that we have such great guests and who have such great experiences and life philosophies. And one of the ways we want to share your life philosophy with our audiences by asking you a few of these questions. So,
Mm.
the first question is, if your 80-year-old self could whisper something to you right now, what would she say?
I think she would say, go on a trip with Joy and Lorraine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She would.
She would.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
I would say, she would just probably whisper like, make sure you're enjoying life as it is, and being like you're so blessed. Uh, Enjoy it because you have so much more than probably a lot of other
Oh,
people.
yeah. And don't
Yeah.
hitchhike.
And well, right, maybe that too. Well, that would be my 40-year-old self telling my 20-year-old self.
Yeah.
The 80-year-old doesn't need to tell
Yeah.
the
Right.
40-year-old
No,
anymore.
you already know. Yeah, you
That
learned that
is
in the middle.
true. That is
Right.
true.
You learned that in the middle. Okay. So next question is, what's your midlife superpower? The one thing you never realized you'd be this good at.
Hmm. Uh, Forgetting where I left the keys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we share that midlife superpower with you.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Or forgetting what they're called.
Right. That thing you put in the ignition. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Definitely forgetting. No. You had asked about the adventure racing. So one thing I would say in
Oh, yeah, we never hit that.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
my
Thank
midlife, I have started doing a lot more athletic events. So like this year I did my first 30K, sorry, not 30K, 50K race. So that's 30 miles. I ran 30 miles. And then I did an adventure race, which is, so I just like pushing myself athletically way more than I did when I was 20. Like 20, I couldn't even run a mile. So
you.
I
Oh,
guess I'm
wow.
getting fitter with age.
Wow.
Not
So,
not skinnier, just fitter. No.
Well,
so what exactly is adventure racing?
An adventure race is where you have these checkpoints that you have to collect, and you have a time period in which to collect them. And there's you run, you hike. You can run if you want, but usually you're hiking, and you're biking and you're paddling. So there's like three
mm,
different, and so like they're in the woods. You have to use a compass and a map to find them.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds
wow.
like fun. Of
yeah.
course, if I was to do that, I'd want to be with you doing
Well,
it.
no, you would want to be with my brother. So I do it with my brothers, and my brother David, he is like very good at this. He's going to the world championship. So,
Oh,
and this is
Wow.
wow.
also something that he started to do in his midlife.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
See, that is an inspiration because everybody thinks, "Oh, my life is over. What am I going to do now?" This is like the perfect time to start those kinds of things
That's
and
right.
just like things
yeah,
that yeah,
Yeah, I
right?
feel like I'm just getting started. Yeah.
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 Hmm.
Yeah.
And I want a kind of an adventure race where you get to that checkpoint and you get a snack. Yes. And you get a nap.
And a
Yes.
glass of wine.
That's right. And the whole thing is done by 9 o'clock. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. That's amazing. Wow. Well, Lorraine, we got to
Yeah.
look into that.
Yeah.
Yes. And whatever your brother's name is, maybe we could put it in the show notes. so we can support him and cheer him on.
Yeah. His team is called Lubana. No, sorry. His team is called Disability.
Okay. Well, we wish him well, and we hope he,
Yeah.
we hope he wins
Yeah.
the whole
No.
enchilada. Yes, absolutely. All right. Question number 3. What's something you stopped apologizing for?
I feel like I've apologized more now because I'm always yelling at my kids and apologizing to them for yelling at them. But stopped apologizing for
Yelling at your kids.
Yeah.
So I guess something that as I've gotten older, and this kind of sounds, stop caring so much what certain people think and being like, no, this is what I want to do. Like, I've done the research, I've made this decision. Like, I don't see this being, wrong or like, why do you care? So
Right.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Thank you for your opinion.
Yeah. Thank you for your opinion. Yeah.
I'll take it under advisement. Yes.
Well, that's awesome. So we do have one final question.
Right.
What is your single best piece of advice for a woman over 45 who is ready to stop waiting and just book the trip?
Call me at Butler Travel, obviously. Or Lorraine and Joy and go on their retreat.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. For maximum joy.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Well, so speaking of Butler Travel, where can everybody find you?
Yes. You can go to the internet and type in butlertravel.com. We will pop right up. You can also send me an email if you want to connect. You have any questions about travel, adventure racing, anything. I love to connect. And my email is joy@butlertravel.com.
Okay, great. And we will put all of those links and information in the show notes, of course.
Yes, of course.
And do you have anything special coming up? Any kind of trips that someone might be interested in?
We don't have anything special coming up at this moment, but
Okay.
if you would like helping with any type of planning a trip or finding the group that is perfect for you because you're a single person and you want to find the right group, just reach out to us. Let us know that you heard about us on this podcast, and we'll give you 10% off our booking fees.
Awesome.
Aww,
That's
that's
awesome.
nice. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, this has been such a pleasure to have you, for me to meet you, because I know Joy already had that pleasure.
I did.
And for me to be surrounded by such joy today.
You're so welcome. Yes. High five. High five.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Well, it has been wonderful, and we are so appreciative that you took some time out to chat with us, and such an inspiring conversation. I still can't get over your grandmother with the
Yes.
your husband's grandmother, right?
No, it's my grandma.
Your grandma. I still can't get over your grandmother getting on that boat, and I just so applaud her. That's such an inspiration.
Yeah.
And there is a link to a story about it that I put in the show notes for Everyday Macaroni. I'll include it in the show notes here. Please go check it out. It's just such a sweet story. And we really appreciate everyone listening and supporting us. And please, we're going to give you the usual, give us a like, a share, a subscribe to this channel while you're at it. We really appreciate your support and want you to be part of our community. If you have anything you'd like us to discuss, please let us know. You can drop us a note in the comments. And yeah, just thanks for coming along on this trip with us. It's been super fun.
And book the trip.
Book the trip. Yes, absolutely.
Book a trip.
Book a trip. All right, that's it for this episode. And thank you so much again for listening. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Mwah.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Girlish Gurus. We hope you'll join us next time for more fun and inspiration. Be sure to check the description of this episode for links and information about the topic, and you can find us on our social media platforms starting with Instagram, Facebook, and now including YouTube. You can find us by searching Girlish Gurus, and you can also check out our website, girlishgurus.com, for more information on us, our projects, books, and our growing community.
And don't forget to download this episode, give it a good review, and share it with your girlfriends. We would also love to hear from you in the comments, because the more interaction we get, the more episodes we can post. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.